It's like I can't walk on the ceiling. Oh yeah, got me dreaming, dreaming in colors I never dreamed in. Oh yeah, I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh, magic. No, I'm never letting go. Now that I have it with you. When you kiss me, it's like the stars fall out the sky onto my heart to cover up what I don't wanna show. I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, yeah, you take me higher, baby.
On today's show, as you can see from the title, it's a makeup show from last week. I showed a lot of women being bad. So I'm going to show men being bad. Also, I have a video that I guarantee by the end of it, everybody's going to be mad at me. This is Saturday Night Vibes. Welcome to Saturday Night Vibe, the progressive news show with lesbian history. I am your host, Marlon Clyburn, along with Anna Hart, Tracy Carson, and Theus Robinson. On today's show, I had to change something literally at the last second. I'm not changing what I said at the beginning. I felt kind of bad because the Main Mafia lady said last week, and I got some emails. Oh, here we go. Women being bad. Women being bad. Oh, here we go. Women being bad. And honestly, I didn't actually try to do it. And then I realized, yeah, that's pretty much what the whole show was about. So
Talk to you people. I'm going to stop being bad.
Nope, not getting into that one. Oh, you hold on that one, buddy. Nope.
Let it go.
Let that one go. So I got a few guys acting bad. What the change is that I did was I came across a video this afternoon that was so socially outrageous that I figured if I had to go through it, all of y'all gonna go through it too with me. I'm not going to be the only one that suffered listening to it. Y'all going to go through it too.
One of those.
So, y'all going to be mad at me by the end of it, but we're a family. We're going to share this together. So,
sound like another Herschel speech.
no,
Oh,
and I can't do vampires and werewolves. Anna, how's everything going?
everything's going pretty good. Thank you.
Tracy?
I am
Nothing special.
so tired. I literally started to clean my apartment because I'm about to move. Yay. I cleaned one room and I said, no, I'm hiring somebody. I can't do this. I was so pooped out after one room. I said, I can't do it. But I'm glad to be here. And it's not speaking a third person day, so I'll be referring to myself as I. It's just one day.
Oh,
Thank God it's just one day. This?
I can only refer to myself by myself because myself is not here to say anything about myself other than what myself needs to say about myself to yourself.
Thank you, Herschel.
And see, then I saw this movie, and there was a cow, and the cow saw the car, and
me
thought the
Miss
car
Tracy. You're not
was
savvy.
fast. And see, the moral of the story is you got to slow down and vote for me.
Funny thing about it is he makes absolutely great sense to himself.
People give him, you know what? Really though, that story he told about the movie, people giving him a hard time because he is dumb, but I understood what he was saying.
Oh, I understand.
It's just the fact that he's dumb.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah, must be the only ones because I was sitting there like in the what, in the vampire, in the who, in the what?
Tracy, what you have to do is take Herschel Walker and take all his speeches and make it as if you was having a common conversation with somebody.
I don't know nobody that dense.
He's just
I don't know nobody that dense though. I literally don't.
Just to talk. He just talks just to talk.
That's what I do.
I have no idea. It's not even on the subject that we're talking about.
Yeah, but that in like, I'm on this kick. I'm back on my kick about how we have to pay attention to what's being communicated more than what's being said. Because I mean, look at the media right now. They all piling on Herschel Walker and how dumb he is, how unqualified he is. Piling on Kyrie, piling on dumbass Kanye. But did you see LeBron James's speech?
Mm-mm.
He was like, you have the time to focus so much on everything a basketball player says, everything an entertainer says. You didn't say hardly anything about Brett Favre. You're not dragging him like you're dragging Kanye and Kyrie Irving. So why is it that when it's a black man who does something or says something that you don't agree with, it's news for an extended period of time, but when somebody else says something, you hit it and move on? And he's right.
Gee, I wonder why.
I mean, that's it. We have to start saying out loud that we see you.
Yes.
Right? Like, I can't stop that you're doing it, but every time you bring one of us on for an interview and one of our allies on for an interview, that should be brought up. But because the coverage is not equal, it's not even partially balanced.
No, they stopped trying to be balanced a long time ago.
Standard than people who have more, have access to more, and have done more damage. It's so.
But here's the deal, Theus, and I've always said this about situations like that. But isn't it on us? Because they only report what gets clicks, what they get, what people will watch, what people pay attention to, what people will hold conversations about. So if you put out a story and you're not going to get as many clicks as this other story, even though the first story was horrendously more awful than the second story, and you're in the business of making bank, you're going to concentrate more on the second story.
Well, I mean, our hands are not clean. You guys hear me rant all the time about people who just are focused on mess or pettiness or the most negative things that they can. And then on the other hand, claim that they are trying to be so high-minded and they want better and want to do better. Your actions are telling the truth.
Right.
Your mouth is lying.
Mm.
Right. And I'm saying just own the fact that you are flawed and you're lying. So our hands aren't clean. Our people are obsessed, generally speaking, our people are obsessed with being entertained. That's why we still watch the NFL. That's why we still pay attention to what's it? The idiot Kanye hadn't done anything great in probably about 10 years at this point. But when you're talking about major media, though, even though we are hopelessly attached to this consumerism, I wish we weren't, but that's what aspiration will do to you. They're not talking to us. They're talking to their major demographics who actually are spending the money and buying the ad space. So on the one hand, yes, Marlon, part of it is us because we keep that nonsense going and what we say becomes hot, you know?
Mhm.
But on the other side, they're not talking to us. Like we could all turn around and say, hey, you know what? Stop talking about us like that. And they'll keep doing it anyway because the larger society wants to hear it.
Well, we came out hot on a different subject.
Sorry, I'm amped up. Y'all probably gonna see about 3, 4, 5 videos drop
In a week.
hey, you know, it depends on how long it takes me to
Good.
edit. Because I'm like, man, I'm so irritated right now. I'm so irritated because people want to be so freaking simple. I'm tired, man.
But it hurts my head when I think.
It really must hurt some of these people's head when they
It
think.
does.
Yo,
I mean, it's too much. Sometimes you need a little break. A
But
little
you know
love
what?
and hip hop ain't never hurt nobody.
But you know what? People say
You
that,
could
right? They be like,
choose
you know what?
something.
Sometimes you need to disconnect and you need a break so you're not always amped up and you're not always blah blah blah. And I'm like, so basically what you're saying is you want to look away.
That's
No,
all you
not
want.
And
permanently.
just
Just for
For a
admit the
little
fact that
bit.
you just want to look
yeah,
away.
just for like an
And
hour, 2
then
hours.
here's the thing. If you're periodically looking away, that's called mental health. But if you're looking away more than you're looking at it, that's not taking a break. You've been on break.
That's
You
Your
have
ass
people.
need to
Yeah,
be
you're
fired.
not acting. Yeah, I agree
You know
with
what I'm
that.
saying?
You have
Like
you have people who try to dip their toes into stuff that they have shallow levels of information on, and when you push back, excuse me, when you push back on them and show them facts and show them history and show them things like that, then that's when they need to take a break from it because they
my
don't.
thing is this, man. It ain't even about the superficial knowledge or superficial things because we all have different interests, right? But if you can tell me all kinds of stuff about celebrities, but you can't tell me much of anything about social issues, I'm not asking you to quote names. That's kind of like I don't need you quoting names and I read this book and that book, right? No, because that's that same flexing that you get from like these like the super religious people who want to Bible thump on you because they can beat you in a debate because they know more verses, or the egghead who thinks they can beat you in a conversation because they can drop 12 authors' names, so you automatically come out sounding like you're discredited, right? I'm not talking about that, but I'm saying you live this life. Like every day, you're walking through life. You're paying bills, you're going to work, you're interacting with people, you have dreams, you have aspirations, you have disappointments. Are you telling me you can't formulate a complete thought on any of that? All you can tell me about is what Kyrie Irving said or what the score is on the Mets game? Sick of these people, man.
We're gonna move. We're gonna move on because this was a good Sunday conversation,
Yeah.
not
Y'all
Saturday.
don't want to let me have the conversation on Sunday either.
I wouldn't let you.
You shut
Dude,
me up on Sunday.
first of all, Theus, nobody
Yeah,
can shut you
he's
up,
kind of got a
so I
point
have
there.
no idea where that statement came from. Once you get the rolling, it's like, look, folks, just stay out of the way. Just move, let him go because
I apologize.
I
it's
still
not
want to
safe.
know why you call me Miss Tracy. You not 7.
Hmm?
What?
You called me Miss Tracy. You're not 7. Don't call
Marlon
me.
did that.
No, you did that.
When did I call you Miss
At
Tracy?
the beginning. I'm like, nah. That. I'm like, ugh.
I might have been saying something and talking too fast. I didn't mean nothing like that.
Don't never.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
That's even worse. I'm not ma'am
Ooh.
Tracy.
Ooh.
Okay, well, Madam Tracy, let's get this party
Stop
started.
it!
Yeah, thought you was gonna get away with that third person.
No, I'm not. I'm
You
not
don't like
doing
them.
that. But
All right,
I had fun tormenting you. That was so much fun.
Yeah. Well, Madame Tracy, Madame Anna.
We're not married though, so basically.
Is that Madame? Is that what that means? Oh.
Okay, so yeah, break that down because I'm not good with the English language.
I
See, it's
never
not
knew
my
that.
natural language; it's the one that my oppressors assigned to me.
Oh,
So
So-
what do
Okay,
you
wait,
call
wait.
when you're not? What do you call when you're not married?
It's Mademoiselle in French. I know that. It's
All right, so
Miss.
you got Ms. means that you're
in
not married.
English. Miss.
This is-
No, Miss is not married. Ms.
Miss
is like widowed.
No,
Oh.
it's Miss and Ms are not married. Mrs. is married.
I thought
It's only
Ms.
3.
and Miss had
No, because
different
I could be
connotations.
Miss Tracy Carson or I could be Ms. Tracy Carson. It's still saying I'm single.
We get on the most.
Okay, so you should use Miss when addressing girls and young unmarried women.
That's right. Which would be me.
Ms. you should use when unsure of a
Yeah.
woman's marital status,
Yeah, you don't
or
know.
if she's unmarried and prefers to be addressed with
Yeah.
a marital status neutral. All right. And these are the pronouns we grew up with, and I can't get it right. Okay.
No.
Just,
I always thought it was Miss and Miss meant the same thing, but what the heck I know. I just know I'm not speaking in the third person, so Marlon should be happy.
on
I'm
the
saying
bright side,
five.
people can't read nowadays, so they don't know. Did I say that? I'm sorry.
I was
We
a
should
little
ask
out loud.
Herschel.
The hell we will. So
Herschel
this
did.
next video is the makeup video to Tracy and Anna. Pronouns are not being used because I do not want to hold this conversation anymore. So we're gonna get into
Are
it.
you looking away, Marlon? What are you doing?
No. Anyway, video.
Mistress, my mom died of a brain aneurysm 2 years ago. She was 39 at the time. She and my dad, who's 42, were no longer together before she died because my dad had an affair with his work colleague, Amanda, who's 37. They were getting a divorce, but my mom died before it was finalized. I was 18 when my mother died, and to be honest, I resented my dad because of the heartache he caused my mom, and I blamed him for her death. After Mom's funeral, I refused to talk to him, until recently he contacted me and we started to reconnect. He and Amanda are still together, and I've started to accept their relationship because I saw how happy my father is with her. Last month, Dad told me that he and Amanda had gotten engaged, and he wanted to let me know first before he shared the news with everyone else. I told him I was happy for them. Last week, they had an engagement party where they invited some of our friends and relatives. During the toast, Dad said something like, "I just can't wait to marry the perfect woman. I thank God for giving me the love of my life after all those years that I wasted with someone else." I walked out of the room after hearing what my father said. He basically considered his marriage to my late mother a waste of his time. It broke my heart, and I wanted to leave right away, but Dad's friend and Amanda followed me. Amanda said that Dad wants to give me a message, but I told her that I can't stick around because I feel sick. My godfather tried to convince me to stay and say a few words. I got tired of holding my anger in, and I just said, "I have no good words to say about my cheating father and his mistress. I need to go." Amanda got angry with me and called me a butthole and said I have to get over the past. I didn't even say anything and just left them behind. I was with my boyfriend who picked me up when my dad called me, and he was furious with me. Apparently, what I said made Amanda cry, and he's now demanding an apology. He also accused me of ruining his engagement party. I told him that I could have made a scene, but I didn't, and there's no way that I'm apologizing for stating facts. Am I the butthole? Did I overreact and ruin their party? My boyfriend said he understands how I feel, but my grandparents on my dad's side are disappointed with me for overreacting and calling Amanda a mistress.
So, first of all, are you the butthole for calling Amanda the mistress at her engagement party? Yeah, a little bit. Your problem is with your dad, not her. And then your dad's a butthole because he knew what he was saying. Now, granted, a lot of stuff people say during these things is just all fluff and bullshit anyway, because they get divorced 2 years later. But in the moment, he still was aware that what he was basically doing was canceling out the prior relationship and highlighting the current one, which in a normal circumstance, who cares? But your children are there and their mother just recently passed. So you have to be aware. You have to be sensitive to that. That's part of being a decent person. It's also part of being a parent. He might not, he or she, I couldn't tell. But the child may not have liked that dad said I wasted my time with the prior person. But in his heart, he may have felt like he had wasted his time with the prior person. See, sometimes you don't really want to know. You think you want to know. You don't really want to know the complexities of your parents' relationship. You don't know how miserable one or both of them are. So that could have been a true statement. Your mother passing away is horrible. But that doesn't change how good or bad the relationship was. Right? So, butthole for dad saying that daughter or son, whatever the child is, was not a butthole, but just wrong for calling the new wife a mistress at her ceremony. Because, like I said, your problem's with your dad. You take it up with your dad. And then the grandparents.
Yeah, you took it out on the wrong person.
That's just weird. The grandparents are supposed to be, in these type of situations,
neutral,
really kind of above it all. Like they're supposed to be, because they're technically attached to everybody in the scenario. So, nah, they shouldn't have been coming down on the grandchild. Not for this. That's it.
Anna?
You're going to invite your child. It was an engagement party. It wasn't this wasn't the wedding.
No, this was an engagement party.
Oh, my bad. I said it wrong.
Okay. I just was not sure. Then you should really just make sure that what you're going to say, like Thea said, just be a good human being. And honestly, I think that the child, they were taking it out on the wrong person. The anger and everything that you were feeling at that moment, I get it. But yeah, it was the wrong, I wouldn't say they're a butthole, but it wasn't the greatest thing to say.
Tracy?
What the heck is wrong with people? What is wrong with people? The father is clearly the a-hole above them all. He literally, out of his mouth, said, I wasted all of those years. He said what he said. He meant what he said. He didn't care. He was out here just a linguish. And to keep in mind this, the child didn't actually say that to the mistress because that's what she is. The child walked out and said it to the guardian or the godfather or the grandparent or the godparent or whoever. She didn't say
But I thought
directly.
Amanda was there.
I thought
No,
she walked out and
mm-mm.
she said
He
to the
walked
godparent.
off. OP walked off.
Yes,
They
okay.
said, please say a
Okay.
couple of words. He couldn't take it no more. He got on the mic and said what he said.
Oh, on the mic. Okay,
Yeah.
well, still, she a mistress. So, I mean,
Oh.
the mistress is just a mistress. It's just a mistress. Truth hurts. I mean, deal with it. If the father hadn't said that, there's no way that child would have said, "Well, you're my father. You're my father's mistress." What was the father? Clearly, the father is the a-hole. The people who are siding with the father are the a-hole. Um, the one that told the child to get over it is the a-hole. Everybody except for the child. I get maybe it wouldn't have been appropriate to call her the mistress. I mean, that's what she was. But time and place, sometimes it's not always right to say the truth in certain places.
Yes.
That's not my favorite phrase.
When talk is
You're
ridiculous,
muted.
yes, it is.
My bad. I said her favorite phrase is "I don't understand." I don't understand it and understand every bit of it. I don't understand it.
It did explain everything. I don't understand, but I'm explain everything.
Yo, so this is gonna be pick on Tracy Day. Okay, anyway, the child is not an a-hole. They are hurt. They were going to get a divorce, so obviously the mother had accepted that the marriage was over. She just happened to die before it was finalized. The father could have had some kind of decency not to get up there and say, "Well, I finally found my one true love." He could have just said, "I'm happy I found you. I'm happy. Let's move on." And just kept it right there. But no, he had to be all extra about it and say that basically he was wasting his time. Was he wasting his time when he was cheating on the mother? I mean, come on, dude. Nah, dude. Father a-hole. Period, period, period.
See, I fully agree about the dad being the a-hole
You're
here.
wasting
I
his
fully,
time when he
Yeah,
made
I
a
don't think
child.
anybody.
the problem I have is like I knew
Right.
when I heard that part come up on a little thing that was going to be an anchor point. But I'm like, for real, relationships are complicated, and divorce isn't something that you
Mm-hmm.
just up and do. So he's wrong for cheating on her. Like to me, the person who cheated owns the wrong because that's a deliberate act, right? Um, but that doesn't hold the other party blameless because the other party could be such a miserable person to be with that the relationship is toxic, but one or the other feels trapped in the relationship because they can't leave their kids. So it's complicated. But whatever it was, it sure as hell shouldn't have been said at that place.
Yeah,
It,
it's like
it shouldn't have been
Wait a minute.
said.
he could
See,
have said that to the fiance, the mistress, in private. He
Yeah,
had to go up.
say that to your fiance. I don't see. I know you keep calling her the mistress, but she's not the mistress anymore. And but yeah,
Right.
say that to her or say that to your therapist. But you don't say that to a room full of people.
let me say this real quick because this video I'm gonna need the whole 30 minutes.
Oh, 30 minutes.
Yep,
Okay.
the whole 30 minutes of this half. Yep, I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna agree with Thea's on one thing. That's why I'm giving her one half of a-hole. Thea's, I agree with you that that should not have been said there. It was out of emotion. I get it. But I'm gonna push back on one thing that you did say, and that was you had a problem with your father. You didn't have a problem with the lady. No, I think you did have a problem with the lady because she was the mistress.
Yeah, but she
We
had
can't.
absolutely. I'm sorry.
No, let me finish. We can't literally push back on the here and now. You're going to get married because we're talking from a child's point of view. And the child's point of view, right or wrong, the child's point of view is he's going to look at this woman as you're the reason that you get a divorce. You're the reason that you got a divorce because you cheated with this woman. Now you're going to marry this woman that was in his mind, her mind, his mind. You're right. They never did say it was a he or she. In their mind was the reason why they got a divorce to begin with. I'm just speaking from the child's point of view because reality is, and again, I agree with this. Reality is we don't know what that marriage could have been. It could have been the most miserable marriage both of them had. And this could have been the final straw to it. We don't know. But if the child doesn't even know that, and all he sees is dad stepped out, got another woman, mom gone, now you're going to marry the woman that you stepped out on. Logic dictates in this society that, hey, you're the reason that helped with this divorce. And
I'm saying is not just because that's what we normally default to. We always default to blame the man, and almost 90+% of the time, we default to blame the man. And he might be the one. But I'm just saying that particular aspect, just that little piece, well, that's actually a big piece, but that piece is like not that clear because what we don't get, maybe the wife cheated first. Who knows?
Yeah.
There's all this crap that happens behind the scenes of a relationship that if it's done right, your kids don't know nothing about all that stuff.
They don't need to.
Exactly, because that's the complexities of your relationship. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But then downstream though, but yeah, I we all agree as far as what dad being is. But the part I was saying about what you were pointing out, Tracy, that woman had no obligation whatsoever to anyone in that original relationship. None. We don't know if she even knew that he was married until it was into the situation. We don't know. We just don't know. The ones who had an obligation were the two who stood up there and took those vows.
Yep. All right, we're going to move on. Because like I said, I need the whole 30 minutes. This is the video that I guarantee everybody's going to be mad at me by the end of it. But like I said, we're family. We share as a family. So we're going to share frustration. So without further ado, let's get into it. This right now, the first video is an influencer who, in case anybody don't know, influencers so love to collaborate with other people. And the reason they like to collaborate, the majority of the time, not all of them, but the majority of the time they like to collaborate with artists and musicians and restaurants and theme parks and things like that is because it's free. Because all they're going to say as an influencer is, oh, I'll tag you in my videos. I'll sponsor, show you about videos about 50,000 views and all this other stuff. That's what this. So this is what this story issue is about. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Post. Opie has a photography studio. Then a TikToker with 500,000 followers sends this. Oh my God, I would love to come by and shoot with you. Wow. I would love to collab. We have some killer matching dresses to shoot soon. We would be maybe 20 minutes, if that. I can tag y'all and you can use my images too. I have 40,000 fans and 500,000 followers on TikTok. Hey girl, sorry. We can only accept paying clients for all bookings. Thank you though. Still? We have 15 million likes on TikTok now and 600,000 fans. We would come for 20 minutes, max. Hey girl, sorry. We really aren't looking for influencers wanting free time. This takes time away from paying clients, and your numbers aren't helpful for our business. As artists ourselves, we always encourage the community to support each other by doing business professionally. We've known of your work for years, and it's amazing, but as artists, we would never ask for free work from the community. And so we can't allow others to do that to us, especially with influencers of your caliber being in such a lucrative career. Knowing that you continuously ask multiple studios for free time is unfortunately disappointing. Wow, I'm not trying to be rude in any way. I was seriously excited to help get the word out for you guys. On our TikTok, we get 15 million views, and I had a cute viral video idea to help spread the word for you guys. My lord, you must not know how any of this works. I get paid $10,000 to post on TikTok, and I was offering to shoot there for 20 minutes for free to help you out, and you're being super rude towards me. That's pretty crazy to me. Wow. I'll make sure to never support you or what you do. Ridiculous. You are out of touch as hell. Hilarious. Oh, do you have a 90-year-old person running your account? I see. I went ahead and unfollowed her. Thanks. I'm also letting all of my blogger friends know about how you talk to me. And to never, ever book you or the other studio you run. We will never refer you, ever. Good going. Bye.
So, clearly butthurt. Clearly don't like it. Clearly is not used to hearing the word no. Feel like she's above in any approach of anything free. You are in the face of royalty for me to even be reaching out to you. But wait. There's more. This is the review that the influence put on the studio's website.
Review. Hi, Sarah. I think that you've completely misunderstood me, and it was really unfair for you to go off on me and be super freaking rude towards me. I was barely asking you if I can come there and promote your studio and do a video and promote you and tag you in your studio, and I would shoot for only 20 minutes. This is never about money. This is about supporting local artists, and I loved your studio. And I was so excited to shoot a little bit of content there to share with my fans because I feel like they would love your space. I could understand if I was asking you for hours of time for free to shoot paid work there. That would be ridiculous. And whenever I do collaborate with people who own any peer spaces, I never ever shoot paid jobs there. If I have a paid job, I'm going to pay to rent a space to shoot it, so it's a tax write-off for me. And I would make sure to also tell the owners if it was a paid job so I can also pay them and pay to rent the studio. I'm a really fair person, and I'm a really nice person. And I thought that you were a nice person too, and a little bit more hip when it came to marketing and collaborations with other artists. I barely asked you for 20 minutes to shoot something really quick with me and my daughter, who's 2, and you go off on me and say that I'm disappointing? You really are not a good business person or marketing person. You could have easily responded that you loved my account and that you would let me know, and leave it at that with no bad blood. I'll make sure to never refer your studio to anyone I know, and my photographers will also know how rude you were to me, and they will never refer you as well. Why make an enemy, especially a blogger, and especially someone so aligned to what you're doing? Unreal. So dumb. You should really learn some business etiquette and marketing. Because you, or whoever was running that account, acts like a 90-year-old person who has no idea how collaborations work in this day and age with bloggers. In fact, for me to promote your studio, you should have been paying me. Way to make a friend. Smart business move. I really hope you weren't the one messaging me on Instagram.
Still a little butthurt. Still a little butthurt. But wait, there's more. Now she has to email her some more.
Okay, apparently that still wasn't enough because then the TikToker shoots this person an email on their personal account. Subject, one last word. Unreal. Don't bother writing me back. I'm gonna block your email. If you want to make this right, which I highly doubt, you can write such and such. But if you're running your business Instagram account, or if you have anyone else running it, then you should really talk to them. As a business owner, you should really be kind always and deflect. It wouldn't have hurt you to say a kind thing about me and how aligned we are and that you would check and see and just leave it at that. One time, I saw a girl take photographs in a 50-person space, and she was a blogger, and I asked her about the space, she linked me, and I booked it for paid work. I also referred that space to my friend, who's a very famous musician, who booked it as well for her video shoot. It's really dumb to make an enemy of a blogger who was so excited to spread the word about your space on social media for free. The video was about your space. Hilarious. I work with Peer Space too. They pay me to shoot at different spots, and I was going to pitch your space to them for the next collaboration, and we both would have been paid. Dumb move. I'll also make sure that my famous blogger friends and my famous musician friends know how rude you were to me and never ever book your space or refer it.
Y'all dislike me already?
The only thing I dislike is how long this shit is.
But wait, there's more.
Oh hell, Marlon.
Now she emailed from her daughter's Instagram account.
Daughter's account. You're saying lies and showing only part of it. You're acting like I asked you for your free space for hours. I was asking you if we could please come for 20 minutes to shoot your space and promote your space for free to our fans. We were excited to meet you and be friends. I wanted to support local artists, and you're spreading lies about me. Acting like we asked you for hours of free space to shoot paid jobs there. It's so unfair. You took it all wrong. Then she posts on her Instagram stories and says, I hate being so misunderstood sometimes. It sucks. I hate how women can be so mean towards other women. I don't get that. Why can't we be kinder to one another?
This is the end, right?
Huh?
Is there
This
another
is
way to
the end,
do?
right? Please say this is it, right?
What are you saying, Theus?
I'm asking you, is it over?
But wait, there's more. She actually, and this is what made this so special that I had to play it. She left a voicemail message. This is actually the influencer.
So, behold, Karen.
For 20 minutes to Darius. I asked to come there for 20 minutes to shoot something with my daughter, and that's disappointing for free when I charge a lot of money for postings and we get like 12 million hits on our TikTok and we do really well actually with video here. And that's disappointing. That's crazy. Who runs this account? Are you 90 years old and not know how influencers work? That's hilarious. You guys are really out of touch. It's crazy. I asked, can I shoot there for 20 minutes with my daughter to do a viral video and like support you guys and post you around, and people will book your studio because it's colorful and very on brand for me. They will book your studio. And then you go, it's so disappointing. Then you're asking for a collaboration. Influencers collaborate. Are you 90? Who is this?
On this next post.
That was it, right?
That's it.
Oh, thank goodness.
She's extremely ageist, and I have to say that her voice sounds exactly like I thought it would.
Yep.
I'm going to let y'all talk because
that's the best I got for you, because this right here, the whole damn thing was just another Karen acting like a Karen.
I'm used to listening to Karen stories. I'm used to it. I'm even used to the long ones where they lose their ever-loving mind. Not making sense, long rants, blah, blah, blah. This is the first video where, honestly, and I listen to a lot of them, this woman could not let it go. They said no. You are the influencer. You could have found 20 other replacements for your funky little pictures of you and your daughter. But no, you want to concentrate on this one group of people who are just flat out saying, we're in the business of making money. We can't do the influencer type thing. Sorry, but we have to pass. And you're sitting there, by the way, this is the funny part about you, lady. You're spreading lies and rumors about this. No, all she did was post your words. That's all she did was post your words. Now, how everybody interpreted your words, again, that's not on the studio. That's on your audience. But oh no. But no. You can't just email her. You just can't put it on her social media platform. You just can't go through your daughter's Instagram private messenger, which, by the way, lady, that's creepy as all get out, but whatever. Then you had to call the studio. I'm doing my absolute best, and this is one of the things that I said that I'm going to work on next year, and that is my cursing, because I really want to stop cursing. But it's people like you that really always have me want to say, grow the fuck up.
Well, that didn't last long, did it?
He said next year.
I said next year.
Okay.
I got a good.
He got time.
7 more days,
You
buddy.
got to get him out now.
Grow up, lady. Grow up. And I don't even think it has anything to do with being an influencer. I know this is the she's an influencer. I think you've always been that way, honestly. I think you've always been the type of person that no is just so harsh to you. That you'd rather be called out of your name than be said no to. Grow up. You ain't gonna get everything that you want because a lot of people know you. That's it. That's all I got to say. So, Anna, Tracy.
I'm going to let Anna go for... I don't even have words for this. I got words, but...
Why did you make us listen to this?
Because I had to. What
did we do to you? What did we do to you to make you sit here and have us watch that?
Well, first of all, now, Theus and Anna did
What
not
about
do
us
anything
listening to this will help you?
He just wants to see us suffer.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I guess that's what older brothers do.
But Tracy, I told you I was going to get back at you.
You didn't get back at me for nothing, because I can always one-up you. Always, always, always. When you go high, I go low. Period.
Oh, Mickey.
This lady... Oh, sorry. Sorry, Anna. I thought you were going to say something.
No, I was...
This lady is a lot... First of all, her followers kept increasing. I think it started at 400,000, then it went to 600,000, then a million. Like, lady, they don't want to work. You know how many times people who I have begged to come on my show have said, no, your show's not right. Yeah, it hurt for 2 seconds, and then I got over it and moved on to the next person. No is a part of life. Deal with it. If you can't deal with it, maybe you should get professional help. You went through your daughter's Instagram account. How old are you? Literally. And the fact that she has a child that she's influencing to become Karen Jr. is even worse. I mean, that daughter is going to watch her mother act like that and think, oh yeah, that's normal. That's the scariest part of this whole conversation. Lady, they said no. Move on. Find another studio. Shoot another TikTok video or what's that one that got the little ghost as the model? Snapchat. Yeah, do a Snapchat, a tweet, a TikTok, a whatever, a Pinterest. Do something else, but stop chasing this company. They don't want to work with you. They don't like you. I don't like you. I don't care. Go away. Shut up. And don't never come back. Go get help. You need it. Thank you.
I love that line, Tracy. They don't like you. I don't like you. I actually like that.
I said ditto.
I agree. Okay, well, Thank y'all. I actually have 10 more minutes, so I can go ahead and knock this. I can knock this video out, but because I've been doing this with the Main Mafia for so long, I know the reaction, but I'm going to do it anyway because it's the Christmas season. So here we go.
Our next Reddit post comes from r/advice. My coworker recently lost his car. I don't know the details, probably broke down or something. Also, last weekend, he had to cancel his own wedding because his son died. He's in a really awful spot. I don't think this guy is one of those types who makes other people feel sorry in order to take advantage of them. Anyways, for the past several months, I've been kind of looking around for new cars, waiting for a deal, but not really needing one ASAP. When I heard that my coworker was Ubering to and from work every day, I was like, oh my god, I'll just go ahead and pull the trigger on a new car and give him my old car. I've decided that I'm going to do it, but I have no idea how to do it. I want to preserve his dignity, so I'm not going to make a big show of it. In fact, I really don't like the fact that our coworkers will figure it out once they see him driving my car. I don't feel like I'm doing it for self-aggrandizement. Everything just happened to line up to where I can really help this guy. I would have just donated it anyways, because I wouldn't have got much for it in a trade, and I don't want the hassle of selling it. So, how should I approach this? What's the most graceful way that I can give this to him, and refuse payment if he offers, and not let it be weird? I mean, I know that I can only control my side of things, but if there are some things that I can say or do that would make it easier, I'd appreciate some insight. In my mind, I was thinking, what if I invited him into an empty office and just being like, look dude, I want you to have this. But then what? What if I offend him? What if he refuses to take it and continues to Uber into work? What if he gets weird afterwards? My boyfriend said that I should offer to sell it to him for a super low price so it doesn't feel like charity, but I feel kinda tacky being like, hey, I know that your life is kind of in ruins right now, but if you give me $500, I'll give you my car. Nah, that's not gonna work for me. I just want to help my colleague. He's kind, warm, and hardworking, and he's dealing with a bunch of shit right now. A big, steaming shit pile. So, how do I even remotely handle this?
Okay.
Say something!
Before everybody gets in an uproar, there is an update.
Oh boy, no more updates.
He posted an update. So I showed up to work right as my coworker was walking across the parking lot to leave for the week. I ran up to him and I was like, hey, how you holding up? He sighed heavily and said, I'm getting through it because I must get through it. I asked, have you come to a solution for your car problem? And he sighed again and said, yeah, the solution is that I must have one, but I can't afford another. At this point, we were about 20 yards away from the employee parking and we could see both of my cars. So I said, well, this weekend I bought that car, pointing at my new car. So now I'd like you to have that one, pointing at my old car. He was absolutely speechless. So I kind of started talking fast and I was like, I couldn't find the title. It's in my closet somewhere, but I have all the necessary paperwork you need to bring it to Iowa DOT to transfer it to your name. I'll pay for a replacement title if I can't find it, and it's overdue for an oil change, so I'll get that done this weekend while you're out too. I'll leave the keys on my desk so you can have them if you get back after I leave on Friday. I tried to look in his eyes, but his mask was fogging his glasses. I continued. Yeah, they only offered me $98 for the car, and I didn't think it was worth it, and I didn't really want to hassle with selling it online. Also, I don't have the space at home to keep it, so I thought to myself, why not let you have it? So here we are. My coworker began shaking. It's like 15 degrees outside, so I'm getting pretty cold at this point, and I start hopping a little. So, would you take my car, please? I asked, by way of concluding the offer and requesting some kind of feedback. Immediately, he grabbed me around the shoulders and pulled me in for a long, strong hug. He started openly weeping into my hair. He's saying something to me, but my scarf is muffling his words. But I let him hang on until he decides to pull back. Finally, he removed his glasses, looked me in the eyes and said, "You've changed my life with this gift. I can't describe what you've given me." So of course, I started crying and we hugged again. Then he said that I must be freezing and I have to go into the office immediately, so I did. He sat out in the company truck for a while before finally leaving for the week, and I feel content that he didn't insist on haggling over money. Perhaps if he decides later to bring it up, I'll entertain what he has to say, but for now, I'm pretty satisfied with how this turned out. Now, I just have to find that damn title. I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart to each and every one of you who read this and took the time to reply. As it turns out, I was totally overthinking how this was going to go.
There you go. A heartwarming story to end the first half. Come on, let me have it.
Well, it was a nice thing for her to do.
Yeah, that was a nice thing. When somebody give me a card, that was nice. No payments. Find the title, need the oil change, but hey, that's minor stuff.
So y'all just gonna take it as this was a nice story.
Yeah. How else am I supposed to take it?
Well, you took the old lady and called her a kidnapper. So
that's because she was trying to kidnap that man. That's different.
How am I supposed to know how you gonna take good stories?
That was different. That man told her, "I'm not homeless."
I never know with these stories. Sorry.
No, because I mean, this is the kind of stuff that people should do. I mean, I do it on a much smaller scale because I ain't got a car to give away. But this is like when you see somebody in the line. In fact, people out there just practice this sometimes. No matter how tight your money is, sometimes we have like those moments in time where we got an extra $20-$30 and we know we can blow it and not think about it. Just randomly, just be like, hey, ma'am, sir, hey, can you put that on my bill? And then just let it roll. It's kind of like the Chick-fil-A model. Or, you see somebody getting gas, help them out with their gas. Or, if you got it like that, save up and buy a couple like $10 gift cards. Just keep them in your car. And then whenever you see somebody you think could use a free lunch, just give them a gift card. There's little things we can do to show compassion. Like today, I'm sitting in the park. I gotta hide to eat, or else I have to buy food for everybody. But I'm sitting in the park eating lunch, and I'm in my car, and this little old lady. I'm the only car in the parking lot, y'all. I'm the only car in this giant parking lot, and this little old lady seems like she came out of nowhere. And she's walking towards my car, and I look over at her, and she waves, and I'm like, "Hi," and I go back to eat my food. Mm-hmm. And then she's coming towards my passenger side. Then she walks around behind my car. I'm like, "Oh, cool." So she's just walking. We're at the park. She's walking. Then all of a sudden, she's at my door, and yeah. My natural inclination is not to be all that welcoming to someone who just shows up at my door. But she was a really, really, really like small, older lady. And we're just sitting there. I roll my window down and we're just having a good conversation. Like, just, how are you? Yeah, I've been living here for like 25. You've been here for 10. It's changed a lot. This is the weather. It's good to walk. I hope you have a Merry Christmas. Take care of your family. Like all this stuff with a complete stranger. She did not have to stop and talk to me. So I'm all that to say, you never know when you could be like that person who helps readjust someone's outlook. So to me, it was just a nice story. And it was believable. So, whatever.
It's always one of those things that I grew up on. My grandma used to say it all the time. All the time. When I used to complain. And when you're a little kid, your complaints are always the greatest detriment to your life, no matter what. That's gonna devastate you for the rest of your life when just like you lost your shoe or something. My grandma used to always say, "Well, honey, don't ask for the blessing, be the blessing." And I remember used to get mad at her like, "My shoe gone, grandma. My shoe. You got no time for this. My shoe gone." Then you grow up and you realize when you see so much that is wrong with this world. And I'm going to be cynical on one thing about Christmas, which is my favorite holiday. Christmas has always been my favorite holiday, always will be my favorite holiday. Because you do see people who go out of their way to be more kind, more sweet, more generous.
Fake.
Yeah. Well, Tracy, he's not lying. That was my cynical statement. You do see it in the month of December. And then it's like, okay, let's get back to the norm. You will see people who will, during the holidays, oh, I see a homeless person. I'm not going to give him $1. I'm going to give him $5. I'm going to give him $10. There's something around January when it's like, hey, get away from me.
You ain't got a job yet.
It's like, but what I have decided upon myself, and it has worked, is I'm not going to let you destroy my thoughts and memories of Christmas. You want to be an a-hole? Cool. Knock yourself out. Have fun with it. Hope it's celibate. But me, every year after Christmas, I always try to look at it. What could I do better for the next year? And so far, it works. So far, I feel like I'm getting a little more kinder. I feel like I'm getting a little more nicer. Now, I ain't going to say I'm perfect because I'm like this. Some of you people I'm sick of. But I've learned to handle it a lot better. So look forward to this month of being more up stories and less of these Karens and Kevins and am I the a-hole and all this other stuff. But anywho, that is our first hour. We are going to be rolling into the second hour, which I'm like Tracy. I had a surprise that I was holding in my system that I was trying not to tell anybody about. Two surprises.
So it'll help.
Say what?
Oh, you're not talking about that kind of system. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh,
I thought you were saying you didn't feel good.
I feel wonderful.
Marijuana, I guess that helps.
No, you don't want me trying to do a show on that. You ain't gonna understand a word that's coming out of my mouth. So I have two surprises for the second hour. Number one, we do have a Mafia video of the week from I'm not even gonna tell you who it's from. We do have a Mafia video of the week, but more importantly, from something we haven't heard in a very long time on this show, we have a Mickey video. So, see y'all in 3 minutes to reboot and refresh, and we'll see you all on the other side. Stay tuned.
Wishing I could take a break from this world. Running on a hamster wheel, but searching for something I can't feel. I just wanna be a lost girl and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate above the ground and make eye contact with clouds. Now I'm rising, I'm soaring above it. might lose my spark. Living in this crazy time, putting back the pieces of my mind. I know how to run from the dark and fly. Feel my wings spread, levitate into the clouds. I'm so high above the ground. I'm rising. I'm soaring above it. It all. I just wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free. I wanna be free. I wanna be free. Higher to a bird. You, I'm rising. I'm soaring above it. It all. I just wanna be free. I wanna be free. I wanna be free. I wanna be free. Finally.
We are back. I like how he's doing it now, where it's now fading in instead of just the pictures are popping up. Y'all will see it when y'all see the review. Welcome back to the second hour of Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night Live. God dang it. Saturday Night Vibes. So, as always, as we always do, if you're new here, let's go ahead and pay these bills. Shall we? Please do not forget that Radical Truth to Power is tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please do not forget to go to patreon.com/ a better Tracy media page. Help support Tracy at all her causes. Please do not forget to go to patreon.com/ complex mind. Help support Theus at all of his causes. Please do not forget to go to my Patreon page, patreon.com/ radical truth to power, exactly the way it's spelled. Capital R, capital T, capital T, capital P. Please do not forget to go to AITAH's website, BorreliaEtc.com. Learn something that you didn't think you need to know, but you should. And as always, you can always send me any emails or comments at radtp@outlook.com. That is radtp@outlook.com. And of course, if this is the kind of content that you like, please do not forget to hit that subscribe button. And as always, during the show, after the show, you can always leave your comments, which a lot of y'all do, but you can leave your comments after the show is off the air. Yeah, you noticed Anna, have you been? Yeah.
I have. Yes, I have.
Yeah. People who leaving.
I'm good.
All righty.
Hey, I apologize, everybody, how I look today. My contacts are giving me some problems, so that's why I'm kind of squinty.
You think Radical Truth to Power is better than Saturday Night Live?
In my biased opinion, yes.
Yes, it's not. Saturday Night Live is not as good as it used to be at all.
You know, once Keenan leaves, it's done.
Yeah, once Keenan leaves, he's the one keeping the show together. Once he's gone, I'm like,
because I mean, they have some like I like the really tall. I call her. She looks like a stork to me, but the tall white lady, I like her. The I guess the slim black lady, I like her. But when it comes to just like once you lose, they lost Kate McKinnon, and then you're gonna lose Keenan. They got to reset the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't just replace those types of talents.
Yeah.
I will literally have to take your word for it. I honestly haven't seen Saturday Night Vibe in eons.
Saturday Night Vibe or Saturday Night Live? Live.
Live.
Here-
Live.
You got to know
We know
your
what he
show,
meant.
man.
Know your own
Here's
show.
here's what threw me.
To
I
thy own
have a
show be
reason.
true.
I have a reason. I have a reason. I have a reason. My reason it was I thought Parker made the mistake of saying Radical Truth to Power is better than Saturday Night Live, and I thought he meant to say Saturday Night Vibe. That's why I was saying, oh, so you think Radical Truth to Power is better than Saturday Night Vibe. Then y'all started going with the whole Saturday Night Live and blah, 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 and everything else. So when y'all was done, I kind of still mixed it back up with saying, oh, I haven't seen Saturday Night Vibe, and I meant live because that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it.
That's a hard, long
Just say
way
you
to just
slipped
say
up
that you made a
and
mistake.
it is okay.
Oh, brother.
Poor Foxy,
better
she
talk
probably
about
don't
the
ever
fuck.
hear, I'm sorry, I was wrong.
I'm sorry, I was wrong.
Mm.
I was wrong. I totally apologize from the bottom of my heart.
Oh no, don't keep that old sorry thing, man.
Yeah.
From the bottom of my heart, I was wrong. Oh no, because I can always pull a Liz Cheney and tell you that I don't have no idea what you're talking about. I never said that. Work for him. No, I meant a lot. Well, I appreciate it to realize that you think my show is better than a show that's been on for
47 years.
47.
1 year less than I am old.
The best one was when Eddie Murphy was on.
Oh, that was a
Those
classic.
were their best years.
Buck
And,
with his.
I didn't like
I take that back.
I didn't
Honestly,
like him.
not really.
What? You didn't like the Eddie
No.
Murphy years? Those are the best
I
years.
love the Eddie Murphy years.
I'm all good with self-deprecating humor, but I do not like jingoism for the benefit of entertaining white folks. I don't. I just don't. So most of his characters were not just laughing with him; it was laughing at us. And looking backwards at it, I don't like it. And at the time, I was too young. Like my parents wouldn't let me watch it anyway. But yeah.
Oh, those are the best.
I liked it. I enjoyed the Saturday Night Vibe.
I even like the Chris Farley, David Spade years.
Yeah, Chris Farley was funny, but he was also a physical comedy kind of guy, But he was fun. I like
that Chip and Dale thing he did with Patrick Swayze.
I don't like physical comedy. I never liked. I have.
So
never,
you must not think that Three's Company was a funny show because that's all
I
John.
never. No, the first of all, it was funny the first year. Second of all, after we figure out that the whole show is based off of a misunderstanding. Because that's all every episode is. Somebody heard something and misconstrued what the statement was. So now every statement that says afterwards is hilarious because that person is thinking.
And it worked for 8 years or however long it was on.
Yeah,
it was a fun show. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's what a lot of TV is, I mean, especially in that era. I mean, shoot, Bewitched, I Dream of Jeannie, Lucy, almost all of them was built off of normal type of circumstance. Someone misunderstood it, and hilarity ensues. In fact, you can come on into the Cosby Show and everything else. It's just part of TV comedy.
Some episodes, not the show. The whole Three's Company was based
Seinfeld.
off of
Seinfeld was a show about nothing.
Yep, literally nothing. About a show about nothing.
And I enjoyed it.
I gotta agree with Thea's on that one. Eddie Murphy played a lot of stereotype black characters, where he portrayed as stealing things from others as a joke. It doesn't always hold up today. Well,
it was very insulting when you look backwards at it.
And that's the deal.
That's the viewpoint I have when I'm looking at comedy that is centered on us. What is it that you're doing? This is one of the reasons I disowned Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey does a lot of wonderful things for the community, for young people, which I applaud. But he himself, as a comedian, I loved him on his way up because it's like it's a difference when you're telling jokes centered on stories from the community to the community. it's different when you're using the community as a punchline to another community. That'd be like Jerry Seinfeld only picking at Jewish people, but he only does it when he's talking to black people. Right? I don't like that.
I'll stop liking Steve Harvey. It's totally different from me. Things we both agree on. He does great for the community. He lost me on two things. One, I do not like any comedian. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much money you made and how much successful you are. I can't stand any comedian who makes their money off of degrading the audience. I just don't like you.
So you don't like insult comics?
I don't like insult comics. I don't.
So like Cedric the Entertainer and DC Curry?
Great at playing the dozens. That doesn't make you funny. I'm sorry. It just does it to me. Not anymore.
Okay.
Now, there's a
Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood was okay with you. I just want to make sure I'm processing.
It was okay.
Because that's my deal. Because that's my thing. Yes, it was funny to me back then. Now it's 2022. My outlook has changed. So
fair point. I'm with you.
No. But it's so common. No, it never has been.
Making fun of the audience, insulting the audience. Why are you doing this? They paying to see you. Like, why you making fun of them?
But actually, the people who, more often than not, these are the people who are literally coming for that part of the experience. Like, that's the audience.
That's sad.
That's fine.
The audience.
Knock yourself out. I don't have to.
I'm with you. It's like different flavors because, like, I'm not gonna sit here and watch an entire set. Is that the term of it? Like, I'm not gonna watch an entire set where you just talking your way through the audience, right? Like, you didn't really have material set up. More, it also makes me think you kind of staged a couple people here and there so you can make sure you had something to talk about. I don't like that, but yeah, I feel you. We got different tastes.
Has just been shot. Was just the most hilarious thing I've ever seen.
And Parker, that's what we were saying. Things that we find funny. If you look at some of the Looney Tune cartoons back in the day, as a kid, I thought it was freaking hilarious. Ha ha ha! Then you grow up and realize, okay, I pretty
completely racist.
I
missed the racism. I was just gone. I didn't even see it
because you didn't have any of the social context.
No.
No.
As a child, all you saw was slapstick humor, a little bit of violence. Nobody ever truly gets hurt. Silly faces and silly sounds. I mean, But I'm like, but once you mature and you start to, what is it like? You put it, the childish things type thing. But it's like, I don't know. But we all have different types of what we find entertaining. Like, for example, I'm the guy who would sit there and watch an hour-long documentary on dirt. So, I mean, whatever you enjoy.
Okay, I guess I am the person that still watches professional wrestling, and I guess. Okay.
And I watch Love and Hip Hop. So.
Wow.
Oh, there's no socially redeeming aspect to that.
It's a fun show.
That's not okay.
That's what.
It's
just pure knowing that I've been watching Love and Hip Hop. So be quiet.
I can honestly tell you off the bat, right here, right now, I have never watched.
But you've heard me say I watch it.
And they don't make that show for men anyway, so it's not geared towards us.
Not one. If you're going to have me watch something where you have to be entertained by dysfunction on some of the,
I don't like that.
No, absolutely no.
We all have our guilty pleasures, and that is
my. And you're absolutely right, Tracy. So I apologize for saying that, but it's just like
it's not your cup of tea, but it's mine.
Yeah, it's yours.
That goes into my opening rant.
Yeah, just like musicals and stuff.
Now we're not getting. That's just being stupid.
Musicals is different, right? Musicals is liking mayonnaise, but
no, it's not. Musicals are way better than mayonnaise.
Musicals is like liking mayonnaise.
No. no, 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 no. We are not going to equate every freaking thing on a planet to mayonnaise. Stop it. The planet is not converted around mayonnaise. Stop it.
Why are you so darn sensitive about
I
mayonnaise?
know, just all
I'm
mad
like-
about it. Like, it's our opinion. We don't like
And
mayonnaise.
if you follow what I was saying that mayonnaise is a matter of taste. It's just something you like or you dislike. You like musicals, you dislike musicals, right?
But you
But
like at
there's
least one musical.
Ratchet TV has no positive social redeeming quality to it.
No, absolutely.
So
It shows the
that's like
comeuppance
watching
of artists
bum
I've
fight.
never heard
Whoa,
of.
wait a minute. Hold on. Say that again, Tracy.
It's me watching artists I've never heard of. I'm never going to buy their music. That makes me more curious about their careers.
So
Not you all, me.
So you've watched the show, you got into a character, and you've bought their CD or album.
Well, I probably would never buy it, but okay, continue.
No, that was pretty much
And
it.
you like it? You like the musical Grease? Tell me.
No, Tracy, you're missing what I'm saying. I'm saying that
We
it's
all have
cool
different
that
tastes.
people like
We have all
musicals. There are certain musicals that I like. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm just saying that like it's a certain tier. It's not like barbecue sauce. It's more like mayonnaise. But then then you start getting into some of the ratchet TV. I would place that out there with like eggnog and candy corn
No.
and dumpster juice.
Real or nah?
I think Marlon got stock in mayonnaise because he be getting sensitive about that mayonnaise. It's
I'm
nasty, bro.
Sensitive for the simple fact that I've said on many of occasions, Anna has a weak stomach. Can we stop bringing up foods?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I better stop eating it.
That particular thing bothered you, Anna. So I agree with you. It's disgusting to me too. So I won't.
Musicals are awesome.
Some of them really are. Like Grease.
It actually does take a lot.
I'm sorry.
It does take a lot to really trigger my stomach to little mentions like that.
I've tried.
Like one of them I'm okay with. When they come like 5 or 6 at a time, that's a bit hard.
I've tried.
I've spent more days than not growing up. And I apologize.
No, it's no apology. That's why I was like, dude, everything is not going to be equated to food. And by the way, also, nobody is ever going to take Thea Robinson's thoughts on food for anything. At this point in time, I don't even know what you eat, dude.
That's cool, but my thing is this. If we're supposed to be moving off the topic, why won't you drop it?
Okay, we are.
Like,
we are. At this point, you're going to enjoy your bird seed. Okay. I'm not going to, as always, if you're new to the show, this is Real or Nah, where I play a story.
Like
this is the part of the show where I play a video because we had an issue in the back of trying to figure out, is this a real video, real constant, real actions, things happen, or this is just a nice, elaborate story, but it is still a fictional story. So, as always, I will go last on the comments and I will give you my reasonings of why I believe that the story is real or nah. So here we go.
I got my son a $7,000 motorcycle for his 18th birthday this past June. My son is obsessed with automobiles and loves motorcycles. In his room, he has models and posters of motorcycles of all types. His biological dad passed away when he was just 12. Now, I'm married to my current husband who has kids of his own. My husband has always been against my son's interest in motorcycles. He thinks that I'm encouraging him to be reckless, distracting him from school, and by extension his future, and spoiling him and blowing money by spending $7,000 on a motorcycle. This has caused some tension between him and my son, so I told my husband to stop complaining about it. Around 2 weeks ago, my son's motorcycle went missing. We opened a police report, but nothing came of it. It just disappeared. My husband had a smirk on his face the entire time, just walking around saying, "I told you so. You just wasted your money." To be quite honest, this was unbearable to hear. My mother-in-law visited a few days ago. She was talking about the other house that my husband owns, and she mentioned seeing a motorcycle in the garage while she was cleaning it, one that was similar to the one that we lost. I was puzzled, and I asked if she was certain, but she showed me a photo that she took of it, which confirmed that, indeed, it was my son's motorcycle. I immediately rushed to call my husband and confront him about it. He admitted that he took and hid the motorcycle in his garage as a last resort after me and his stepson kept brushing him and his thoughts off about the $7,000 being spent on something unnecessary, and that could cause issues. I blew up at him, demanding that he return it. He refused and told me that he had been considering selling it and giving the money back to me so you could use it wisely this time. I told him that I was serious and that I'd call the cops. He literally said, "This is a family matter and cops can't do anything about it." I'd had enough, so I called the cops as soon as I ended the call with him. The cops found the motorcycle and returned it, but my husband had to be taken in since there was an open file about the motorcycle going missing. He was let go eventually, but he was livid with me. He came home yelling about how awful what I did was and how crazy my behavior was. I refused to engage in the argument, but he told his entire family about it, and now they're judging me for calling the cops on my own husband, even though I already asked him to return the motorcycle. He said that he was just looking out for my son, and that one day we'll realize that he was right, but only when it's too late. My son isn't speaking to me or my husband. I feel horrible about this whole situation, and I'm starting to think that I handled this the wrong way.
So as always, Diaz.
Nah.
Anna.
I'm not even sure if I got all that.
What did you miss?
My headphones, I've been dropping sound for like a few seconds at a time. So
Okay, to make it a long story short, wife buys son a $7,000 motorcycle. Husband don't think that the son should be having a $7,000 motorcycle because of reasons. The $7,000 motorcycle goes missing.
and I guessed where that went, and I was right.
Okay, they put in a police report.
I did hear that one.
The mother-in-law says that at the son's other property, she saw a motorcycle in his garage. They didn't believe him, or the mother didn't believe her, so she showed a picture of the motorcycle, and it was the son's motorcycle. She confronts the husband. The husband said, "Well, I did it for the greater good, whatever." She says, "Well, you need to return the motorcycle." He says, "No, I'm going to sell the motorcycle and return the money to you so you could do something better with it." She got mad. She called the police to end the investigation, saying, practically, hey, I know where the motorcycle is. Go get it. They go, they get the motorcycle, but because it's an open investigation, they brought the husband in. They eventually let him go, but now he's mad that this was a family issue. This wasn't a police issue. So she's asking, is she the a-hole for calling the police on her husband?
I don't believe the story's even real.
I don't either. I literally can't believe it.
Yeah, there's too many things about this that are saying no.
I wonder what soap opera they got this off of. Like, this sounds just like something that would happen on Days of Our Lives. Like, this is literally a plot out of, like, an episode of Days of Our Lives. You know, he's going to steal the bike and sell it and give her the money. How does he know she's not going to just turn around and buy him another bike? What? What? This is not real. Because if that really happened, she would have changed the locks and would have kicked him out. That's what would have really happened.
I'm going to tell you where, and I'm going to give you my answer and my reasons. I don't think the story is real. The reason being is because of one part of the story that just does not make sense. My mother-in-law said that she went to the other property and saw a bike in the garage.
And took a picture.
Who takes a picture of a bike in somebody else's property? What was the point? Why was you over there?
Why was she cleaning her
If you know that
the other property.
It's probably Eric's property. So it's like you say it's his, but really it's family property.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes over there. There's normally nothing in that garage. And now here there's a motorbike sitting in the garage. I mean, I was thinking the same thing too. Like, took a picture of a random thing. But if it's not supposed to be there and she knows what's supposed to be there, she might take a picture. Because then she's going to ask her son later, hey, I saw this. Do you know? Is it yours? Or maybe somebody's been squatting at the house. So, perhaps that could happen. But like the whole story came together, it's just
Yeah, that goes into the perhaps thing, because the other thing that got me was the motorbike was stolen, and the husband is walking around smirking, saying, "See, I told you so." I'm sorry, if something is stolen and I'm looking at one person who is smirking and kikiing and looking at me strange, I'm gonna look at you strange back, like, bruh, what did you do? What did you do? Because this ain't no normal circumstance. We're talking about a stolen vehicle.
We're talking about you took the time to sit here and let me file a police report. So now, technically, this is a false report.
No, it's not.
No, it's not, because she didn't know
it's not a false police report. The vehicle,
right,
it was stolen.
He stole the bike, put it in his house.
Yeah, it was stolen.
It's not really stolen.
The son don't know who stole it,
unless it was titled in the son's name, because I doubt it was. She just got him a bike. That don't mean that she titled it in his name, because he's 18. The insurance for an 18-year-old to have in his own name on a motorcycle, unless they got money like that.
Hold on, let me ask you a question. Because I don't know the gist of it. So if you're 18, the title can't be in the person's at 18's name.
No,
it can be in his name, but the insurance is gonna be sky high.
Absolutely.
No.
Okay, so that was my question. Was, so if I have an 18-year-old, the title is in her name, but she can't be on my insurance?
She can be, depending upon the insurance company.
Company,
But
yep.
motorcycle policies are separate from automobile policies. So basically, without getting, well, basically, I got to go into the weeds a little bit. So most companies, you have to have a primary automobile policy. So that'd be like the family cars, right? Then the motorcycle will have a separate policy specific to the motorcycle. And then if the only person who's registered to that is the 18-year-old son, then that can still mess it up to the point where either they won't let you put it on your insurance or the insurance rates will be incredibly high. But there's ways to mitigate that too, because a parent could be on the insurance as a co-owner. It is but the part that got me is just a matter of he stole the motorcycle but didn't get rid of the motorcycle.
He could have just sold it, pocketed the money, and then just kept his mouth shut.
Well,
He could have though. You're right.
I don't.
Because obviously this family ain't all that cohesive.
Honest, yeah.
Here's the deal. Obviously, this family ain't.
Yeah.
Don't have to worry about money. So
It's not real anyway. But
yeah, I mean, it's not real. It's not real. I don't think this family has anything to worry about when it comes to money. I think if we was to take it on face value, yeah, I really do think the dude would have sold a motorcycle, handed her the money,
and she went and bought another one.
and say, and that's the other part, and say start over like I'm doing you a favor by stealing the motorcycle, selling the motorcycle,
responsible,
and
yeah,
let's start all over from the scratch again. Like, dude, I'm gonna just buy him a freaking another motorcycle.
And Mickey just brought up a really good point. You can't just sell the motorcycle if he's not on the title. How he gonna sell it? He could sell it for a part.
Very, very easily.
How?
Because a lot of people don't give a rat's butt about the title. You're thinking legally. You're thinking legally and everything else. There have been plenty of things that have been sold illegally.
I was going to say he could sell it for parts, but what kind of parts you got to a motorcycle? Just the wheels, the seat, handlebars? The motor's about what, that big?
Yeah, but it's a matter of it's a brand new motor and somebody else could now buy it. But anyway, yeah, but I'm with y'all. Yeah, like Tracy said, it ain't real anyway.
It ain't real.
But you know, look, first of all, my 18-year-old child, I know they say 18, they're an adult. I'm one of the people, I look at the law like this, man. The law applies how I decide how the law applies. So the law say 18, you can make your own decisions. You my child, you're not grown at 18. Right? So if you decide the only way you with my child and you're grown at 18, you get out my house. So if you still rely on me, yeah, you 18. And I'm gonna respect you as an 18-year-old, but you're still my baby. You're still a child, right? So you're not having a motorcycle. You're not gonna have a motorcycle until you are on your own and you understand the consequences of having one. See, I'm an old insurance guy. So just the thought of having a motorcycle is complete. When you have to go to an automobile accident scene and the body is here and part of the head is over there,
that's a deliberate.
It kind of colors how you view motorcycles.
That's literally why I shook my head, Theus. Your baby, 18, 19, 20, 21.
But he's obsessed with motorcycles.
I know.
And yeah, they got kids who like they're motocross racers. Like they're responsible young people, 12, 13 years old, riding dirt bikes and competing and all of that. So if that's what they're raised up in, I mean, that's your family. That's your thing. For me, because my family ain't going to no racetrack.
I want to talk about you. You exactly. You exactly. 18, 19, 20, 21, whatever. Pick an age.
26.
And they decide to get a motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
You're cool with it because they're no longer in your house.
Correct. I'm still going. You're going to hear about it. You're going to hear about it. I'm not going to tell you no though, because here's the thing about my family, and it's my house family as far as my extended family. Elders have a lot of sway in our family. So if I tell my daughter's 22 now, if I tell my daughter unequivocally, you cannot do this thing, she won't do it. She'll be mad at me. She might even like not talk to me for a while, but she won't do it because that's how we respect each other. But given that, I wouldn't pull that type of a card over something like that. But what I would say is you're still going to hear about it. I'm going to make sure you go to training classes. I'm going to make sure you have the best equipment that you can afford.
The
I'm going to
helmet.
go through all the stuff with you, and you're going to pay all the bills for this thing, right? I can't make you not have it. I mean, I could, but I'm not because I'm raising my children to be forward thinkers, right? So I would find it, I would be surprised if one of my kids did want to, have a motorcycle. But if one of mine did, then they're probably thinking it through, and I'm going to make sure they're thinking it through. Does that make sense, Kamala?
It does make sense to me because I'm with you on it. I was just playing devil's advocate with my statement because my thing is, any of my children come to me talking about they want a motorcycle, it's no. It has nothing, absolutely, positively nothing about your age and everything and all this other stuff and blah blah blah. And I get all that. You grow, you came to me, ask for my advice. I'm gonna say no at all. Not because of your age, but because I grew up with you, and I know majority of my kids are clumsy as all get out. And I know daggone well I don't want neither one of my kids on a two-wheel whatever driving. Zero.
I mean, I get sleepy driving my car.
You
So you know I ain't.
You have literally failed walking upstairs. I saw it. Twice.
That could happen to anybody.
No, I don't need you.
But that could happen to anybody.
I ain't gonna lie, it can, Tracy, but it still it speaks to you though, because like I'm not even gonna talk about my po babies because one of them clumsy as hell too.
I love my babies. I love them with all my heart.
They fall over standing still. But
exactly. I love my babies. I love y'all with all my heart. You know I do. But you knew I also grew up with you. I saw the stuff that you did that you got hurt on, and I've literally looked at you and go, I don't understand how this happened. I will give you an example. And it's years ago. She was little. My middle child saw my middle son do a forward flip over a rail. You know, at the part where they just have a bar and a little rail in the middle where you can pull up and climb up. So my middle son did a flip over the rail. She wanted to do a flip over the rail. I specifically said, are you sure you want to do this? You've never done. No, I can do it. I can do it. Okay, I only have one thing. Do not, regardless of what happened, do not let go of the rail. That's it. It was one line. You flip over, hold on to the rail, hold on to the bar. Do not let go. I don't know if the flip over knocked that simple instruction out of her head or what. In mid-air, what did she do?
Let go to the rail.
Let go of the bar.
She got distracted. She didn't know
what
all the pieces to this
thing. The air, the leaves. What did distract her?
It was because it's
breathing. What?
I'm just, leave that back alone.
No,
I can see it.
No,
because see, you're supposed to grab. All right, now when I was young, like elementary school young, we were daredevils. It's a wonder I ain't broke something, right? Was we used to just flip over bars, jump off of stuff, just whatever.
Yeah.
My grown self now would look at it and be like, "Whew."
That was some of
the long way on the other side of that.
Yeah, we all did stupid stuff as kids.
I have literally looked back on my life, and I'm sure everybody here. We have looked back on our lives, and we looked at some of the stuff that we did, and went, "Yeah, that was pretty stupid."
That
No.
Ferris wheel, that little thing at the park, and you go real fast. That's
Oh,
not
the
safe.
merry-go-round. I used to love that.
Oh yeah. Yep. But then there was always the one where you tried to swing on your swing as high as you can, thinking one day you was gonna flip over the top part of it, and now you're a grown person thinking, one, you never was, and two, if you did, do you think you're gonna survive? Because there is a metal bar.
Dude,
And
if
if you
you
miss the
able
metal,
to do
if you miss
that,
the metal bar,
if you were
congratulations.
able to do that,
No,
you
no, no,
would
no,
be
no.
legendary.
That's great. If you fall out that chair, there's a metal bar at the top, the one that you flipped over, that's waiting for you. But let's say you made it. Let's say you didn't hit that bar. And let's say, for some strange reason, that the ground that you are now 50 feet over,
You can't swing
we
that
did
high.
some of the stupidest stuff we was
Okay. Hear me out though.
Okay.
So the amount of velocity that you would need in order to get the fulcrum to go all the way up and complete a full rotation, I don't know that you can do it on a swing.
And you really
But
think at 8 years old, we know a velocity,
imagine
velocity and
if
fulcrum.
you could, you would be a legend, man.
Mhm.
Now, the reality is you're going to get up too high and your chain's going to buckle and it's going to snap on you and you're going to catch your finger in the link and break that bad boy clean off. That's why they had to put them plastic sleeves on the swings. Y'all ain't had plastic sleeves on some of the swings?
Yeah.
That was
No.
why, because we would be swinging
I
too
have.
high and when
I
you're
have.
holding, your finger would slide into the link. And
Oh, yeah.
I'm the
yeah.
person that goes to the amusement park and finds the scariest ride and says, "Yep, I'm gonna get on it."
So that's not me. I go to the amusement park and be like, where the funnel cake?
Mm-hmm.
Especially if I have to stand up and then they strap you in and you go upside down and then you come back up. Yeah.
Now,
Yep.
what I used to like was that one thing,
No.
the Gravitron or whatever it was. It was only at them little bootleg fairs, right?
Oh
So
no,
they,
nobody goes to the fairs. Those are not
I
safe.
did like that.
they drive that thing in on a truck.
I did
and,
like the
and it just
Gravitron.
spins and you stuck
Oh,
to
that's
the
the one where you
wall.
stick to the wall.
And you could turn upside down and sideways.
Oh, man,
Yep, and you go up.
those days.
Yeah,
I
those are
love
good old
that.
days.
That's
and then
too-
the thing had a slide, so I mean,
That's for
your
little
thing
bitty
was on, your
children.
back was on this thing. And it
Mm-mm,
slide.
that
Oh.
that
Are
don't
you,
do
okay,
nothing
wait
for
a minute,
me.
wait a minute. Are we talking about the thing that spins around so fast that you stick to the walls?
Yeah, that one.
Oh my God, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
love the
But now
crap
when you
out of
think
that.
about it though,
Mm-hmm.
that thing.
It was the most simple ride ever.
But
It's
Marlon,
using
think about it.
gravity, but it
That
was
thing
phenomenal.
was strapped to a trailer on the back of an old F-250, driving across 8 states.
With one
Ain't
good
been
wheel,
maintained. Ain't
maybe working, maybe not. Nah, I don't trust fairs. Give me an amusement park. Will not go to a fair. Thank you. Oh, psh,
That's my sister-in-law, Tanya. Hello, Tanya.
Hey, Tanya.
no, yes, I love the scary ride. I go purposely for it.
Oh, I meant to. Sorry. Okay. No, sorry. I got my first motorcycle at 19 and rolled until I was 55 and was disabled in a car accident. I am so sorry, Mickey. Goes.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people ride motorcycles, and that's perfectly okay. But as for me and mine in my house, we a little bit
No,
different rules.
it has nothing to
But
do.
no, I mean, there's a lot of people. Like one of our my wife's close friends, her and her husband always ride motorcycles. So I mean, it's
Something I would like to learn, but I'm not.
I've been in the car with my oldest daughter when she was driving. No, you're not getting a motorcycle.
Well, there's
How old is his
made.
daughter?
In her 30s.
Then you should be quiet.
No,
Yeah,
I
in her
will
30s,
not.
yeah,
I'll guarantee
You're gonna have to let
guarantee
that
you I will
go.
go over there and destroy that motorcycle. And she's married with kids. So, and I still will go over there.
And she's a grown woman that can do what she wants. Just because you don't agree with it,
That's
not a disagreement. It's saving her life. No,
she gonna hear about it though. She gonna hear.
You can tell her I don't agree with this choice, but ultimately, if she buys a bike, she's going to buy a bike
because the bike will be in pieces by the time she ever gets back to it.
But what if she buys another one?
Then that'll be in pieces too.
And then she has you arrested.
Wait a minute. Is this the daughter who has a spouse?
Yeah.
Yes, and married, and has children.
How you gonna go
in
her house?
I'll find a way. I'll find a way.
And you gonna disrespect her and her spouse.
And her spouse. Like, they don't matter.
Yep.
Oh, well. Does she know that you're this crazy? Does she know this?
Yes, she knows she's this crazy. She grew up with her mother. All of us is crazy. You're crazy.
Marlon, let it go. She's 32 years old. Let it go.
I mean, I can't say much because I know at 22, I'm not let. That's not even the right term because she doesn't need my permission to do anything. But I didn't.
They really don't need your permission to do anything.
I didn't say nothing about the tattoo, and I didn't say nothing about. She's always done multiple colors with her hair and stuff. But you tell me you getting on a motorcycle, I'm gonna be like, nah, we about to have a problem.
Hair,
huh?
Multiple color hair. I'm sorry. Go on.
Yeah, I ain't trying to date her. My child.
Go ahead.
I celebrate the individuality of my children. It's funny. I remember when she first, because she grew up, me and my ex-wife, right? So she would be between the two houses, but primarily with my ex-wife. So I remember when she came home one day and she had, I don't know what color hair, it was like maybe burgundy, I want to say. And she expected me to have a problem with it. Like, she fully expected that I was going to say something. And I was just like, oh, you changed your hair color. And that was it. And my parents were like, what did she do to her hair? Right? Because they're very conservative, older black parents. And I was like, Mom, you stop and think about it. She don't get in no trouble. She don't do no drugs. She don't drink. She's a goofy little nerd. If this is her rebellion as a teenager, I'll take it.
But Marlon needs to let it go. The woman is 32, is married, and has children.
Yeah, Marlon's willing to go up there and create and commit a felony, misdemeanor. Yes.
It doesn't matter. Yes.
That makes no sense. You realize that, right?
Okay. I will put a two-wheeler or anything in that child's hands. No.
A bicycle? It's just a bicycle with a motor in it.
It's not.
I would not even put a bicycle in my oldest daughter's hand. No.
So here's a story for you, Tracy.
No.
I told you the one about that claims adjuster experience, but this is also when I was a claims adjuster. This is when I was in Florida. And I worked with a young lady. She was real young. She was like early 20s. I mean, granted, I was too, but she was younger than me. And she was a trust fund kid. So she just had to wait until she was something like 30 or something like that, and she would have been very well off. So she was just working to be working. And she had some money, and she went and bought, I think it was one of those Ninja motorcycles. You know, the pocket rocket, the way you had to lean forward on.
Pocket rocket.
And she wasn't experienced. She hadn't had any training. And she hit the throttle and went right into a wall and died.
Yeah, she should. I mean, that's sad, but she should have got. Obviously, you had to be trained. You can't just go out there. I'm gonna ride a motorcycle.
But I'm just saying, it only takes a second. And I know that happens with cars and anything else,
the time.
Any and everything else. But it's just with the car, you have more of an opportunity to walk away, and that's where my big thing is. Because like it's just you, your clothing, and the pavement,
and the helmet.
Well, I mean that's part I'm listing.
Some people don't wear helmets. Now that's crazy. I think
in Florida, they fought the helmet rule so bad that it ended up being you just had to have a head covering, so people would wear a scarf.
If I'm riding a motorcycle, which again I'm really into, I love them. I'm gonna get trained. I'm gonna get all the training I can. I'm gonna wear a helmet. I'm gonna do everything I can. But Marlon, she's 32.
I don't give a dang if she's 42.
Hey, Marlon, you gotta go with that old classic black parent statement. I'm just as old over you now as I was the day you were born.
Yep.
Makes no logical sense.
Look, my child drives a Yukon now. Tahoe, sorry. She drives a Tahoe now. That should tell you. She tried to put as much metal and steel in front of her in the road that she could possibly get her hands on. No.
Let your children grow up. Let them grow up and be adults and live independent lives.
I'm with you on all but that last little bit.
I know you're gonna say independent. That's what I told my parents. I'm like, let me live.
I think you should. You just get out the way. I mean, it's like that's why, like I said, my eldest is 22, and I don't get in none of her business. Like none of her business.
I'm not.
And I go with it from that standpoint of what my parents showed me. They never said it to me, but it was kind of obvious what they were doing.
That's her aunt. That's her aunt saying that.
By the time I think I was either 16 or 17, I went from, my parents were always very kind of strict as far as what I could do, where I could be, check-ins, all that stuff. And then when I think I was either 16 or 17, all of a sudden I had no curfew. I didn't have to check in. There were no quote unquote rules except for don't you ever let the sun beat you home, right? It was like an unwritten rule that you just knew, right? But by then, though, and this is what I figured out later, that was because they had already done the quote unquote raising of me. They knew my behavior patterns. They knew where, kind of like my outer limits were. And now it was, let's step back and see how we taught him. Because he'll be going off to college soon and I won't be able to watch him. Because I see it now because I'm so much like my dad. But I'm like, that makes perfect sense. By the time a kid is like 16, 17 years old, outside of like criminal stuff, you've kind of raised them.
But his daughter is 32.
But his red line, though, is about something he can reasonably foresee as being physically dangerous to her.
But she's 32.
Hey, Tracy, here's the deal. You need to be burying me. I don't need to be burying you.
So if she wanted to go skydiving,
that's something I want to do.
I ain't got to worry about her ever doing that. This is what kills me. I ain't never got to worry about her skydiving, parasailing.
Oh boy, do I want to skydive.
Get on a cruise ship.
I want to skydive.
You ain't got to worry about her with no motorcycle then.
Yeah, that too. I was just saying in general that no.
But your son, wait a minute, you don't have a son. Wait a minute.
Yeah, he
has
does.
2 sons. Yeah.
Okay, so your son can have a motorcycle, but your daughter can't?
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay. Just as long as we keeping the pettiness the same.
No, pettiness. This is parenting.
I started the whole conversation off with my children. My children. No. Anything with 2 wheels. If anything, all of my children are different in their personality.
He said he wouldn't trust his daughter with a bicycle.
A bicycle.
All of my kids are different in their personalities, and they're wonderful. They have different personality. They have different traits and everything else. The one thing that they have in common across the board is they're the most clumsiest kids on the face of God's great earth. I would not put anything that they're not surrounded by metal. It's not going to happen. I literally I will break the law. So, Tracy, just to make it perfectly clear for you to go, so you are going. Yes, I would. Yes.
That's
I absolutely
sad.
would. Break into their house and tear that motorcycle into pieces.
Now you committing crimes. That's sad. Sad. That's all I'm saying.
But hey, you're here.
Mama, Grandpa in the garage, and he making noise.
And the funny thing is, I don't even know which grandchild would say that. Our daughter is very independent and responsible, but she does.
I mean, she
Yeah.
drives a tad fast. I mean, what's the problem?
Very.
I mean,
Well,
it's
motorcycles are different, Tracy, because it ain't always. That's about defensive driving. You don't get to make mistakes.
That's okay, Anna. Hopefully, we'll see you tomorrow. I'm gonna shut this down. Oh God, I got a random side story. Do any of y'all like the artist Lauryn Hill? She really only had one major album called.
Man, I love me some Lauren.
when she shows up on time to her
No,
concerts.
but not that version of Lauren. Once she went and got with one of the Marley boys, she wasn't right no more. But Lauryn Hill, the Fugees, Lauryn Hill, Miseducation. Awesome.
But that's what he's saying is that's it though. But that's what I think that's what he was saying was that's it. That was.
But that might be
He wasn't
it. But
saying
that's
that he
like
just
4
curious
albums.
if we liked her.
She had
If
like
we
4
liked her.
albums, 3 with the group, and then that one that was hers. Now she did try to put out like 1 or 2 albums after that, but they were horrible. But you know, you got to remember people.
And then showing up to her concerts late, an hour late, 2 hours late.
Yeah,
she was. Yeah. All right, I got 2 more videos because we already over the 2-hour mark. Talking about what my children are not going to do, but whatever. So, as promised,
talking about you breaking laws. That's all.
Yeah, that's all we were saying.
Why do y'all keep saying that like that's going to?
Because breaking and entering into a home that is not yours is breaking the law.
Well, no, anywhere my kids live, I live too.
Understand that has no influence on me at all. None.
I'm 100% with you, Marlon. Because like that's what I was saying before. When I said when it comes to laws, it's the which ones do I choose to agree with.
Yeah. Y'all not obeying any of them. Y'all just like, oh, well, throw them out.
No, I obey plenty of laws.
I obey plenty of it. It's just this is not one of them.
I'm gonna break into her house.
Yes.
And her
She
house
gave him a
was
key.
Yes.
She gave
Oh
him
no,
a key.
I never make the mistake of giving my parents a key. Never ever. Nope.
Oh, my parents got a key.
Nope. You be there asleep. I'm like, no.
Just like I got a key to my parents' house. I could show up right now. Go in the house.
All right, as promised. So, obligatory viewer discretion advised. Even though I've been told I don't need to do that, but I do. I just seem like it's my responsibility to say that. Viewer discretion advised. This is for anybody that's new. This is a Mickey story, and if you don't know what a Mickey story is,
We're about to find out.
it's on the adult side of things. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, non-conforming individuals, this is our Mickey story for tonight.
For too long in the shower. So I'm a 19-year-old guy, and I live in an apartment off college campus with 3 other guys. Everyone else was at class, and I decided to pop in a microwave lunch before hopping in the shower. Now, living with 3 other guys and sharing a room with one, there's, not a lot of privacy. I wasn't planning on anything, but I got in the shower, my morning Adderall kicked in, I realized I was naked, and it had been a bit, so I thought, might as well. I popped in my water-resistant earphones for a more immersive experience, and in case the roommates came back unexpectedly. I might have gotten a bit too into it. It was, an intense video. So what was supposed to be a quick shower turned into a 40-minute aggressive ham-fisted session of earth-shattering self-pleasure. You can imagine my surprise to get out of the shower and find it surprisingly steamy, but an awful smoky smell that I hadn't noticed before. I walked out of the bathroom to the kitchen to find my kitchen literally engulfed in these giant effing flames and the smoke alarm going nuts. It turns out, instead of hitting the microwave for 4 minutes, I added a 0 and set it for 40. I set my entire apartment on fire. I immediately ran out and called 911, but they were already on their way. A neighbor had called after smelling smoke. The firemen showed up. My whole apartment complex had to be evacuated. We lost most of our kitchen and our living room, and everything inside had severe smoke damage. I wound up in the hospital for a few days due to smoke. My roommates are pissed at me. I could have died, but not gonna lie, now I get why people like being oxygen deprived during the act.
There's gonna be a nah, and it's
What?
stupid.
No. You don't believe this story?
The I don't get the how the last
The,
statement comes together.
yeah,
He
sure, I
wasn't
was
short on
pleasuring
oxygen.
myself. Yeah, it really wasn't. What's wrong with people?
And first of all, I don't care. Every man out there, speaking specifically to you dudes, if you don't do that in the shower, nasty ass, nasty, you're nasty. Other people got to be in that shower. They're nasty.
I don't want to ask what's wrong with people again, but here we go. What's wrong with 40 minutes?
Well, that's an
40.
easy mistake.
40? You first of all, you were dumb enough to put 40 on the microwave. Don't know how you made that dumb mistake.
That is also true.
I always just press frozen meal and it'll just go for 4
Oh,
minutes.
I always use time.
No, I always just use whatever it is. 40 minutes. Okay, I don't want to tell too much about myself. No, dude. Sometimes there are things that I don't need to know about. This is one of them.
I'm thinking about the DNA that he done left all over the shower that other people got to try to bathe in. That's just disgusting.
I was thinking this has got to be the opposite gender person because women can do that also.
But this is a boy. He is a male and has two other male roommates.
Nothing wrong with that.
And there's something wrong with in the shower.
Why? What? Why? You're
Why?
literally in an area that's surrounded by soap and water.
Yes. Soap and water alone don't clean things. You actually have to wipe and clean things.
Okay.
So you
say that he doesn't wipe and clean
boy, this 18, 19-year-old boy is going, had the house not been on fire, got finished, got out the scrubbing bubbles and the rag and cleaned the entire shower. Have you been in a 19-year-old boy's bathroom?
No, I haven't. But here's my well,
nasty.
Technically, I have. So, but here's my question to you.
Nasty.
How would you, as a person who just came in afterwards, would even know that was going on?
That's not the point. See, that right there is a problem that you asked the question that way. See, what you just said is if you don't know, it don't matter. But what I'm saying is you should have more concern for yourself and respect for others than to have somebody else have to deal with your filth. That's what I'm saying. So the type of person that would say, hey, if you don't know, it don't matter, you're an asshole. I'm saying that you owe it to other people to not spit in their food. You owe it to other people to not pee in their lemonade. You owe it to other people to not ejaculate where they got to stand and touch and stuff.
But who says he did? Well, never mind.
Oh, he
did. Yeah, I was gonna say, wait a minute, yeah, he did. Never mind. Won't leave that alone.
So let me have this argument then.
Yeah, you can have with these. I'm gonna mute myself on this one because I can say a whole lot of stuff. There's really nothing I can say on this.
In the time of love,
that ain't love.
When the moment happens,
you have to decide to do it.
I couldn't care less.
Yeah, I'm sorry, bro.
We
have a personal disagreement as far as what it is to be a good person towards others.
I get what you're saying, and I even agree with what you're saying.
You just said you don't care.
No, I'm just being realistic and going, I understand and I agree, but there's still going to be a part of I don't care.
And I think that's a problem.
Some do.
And we would, like, if we were roommates, I wouldn't know, unfortunately, but it would be just terrible to even the fact that I live with someone that's that fucking nasty. You know what I'm saying? If I did find out, we would literally come to blows. Like legit.
Yeah, how did the house? Good women, Marlon.
On site.
Marlon, they're gonna ask, how did the house catch on fire? Well, I was in the shower, and what had happened was
you gonna tell that part.
I don't even no thing is that's the funny part about it is when I thought about this story, I kept thinking, how is he not going to be able to tell that story?
Yeah, because
You
y'all know
literally
y'all
was
brag
in the
about it
shower
for
for
some
40
reason. Y'all
minutes.
felt like y'all got to brag
Dude,
about
nobody
this.
takes a shower for 40 minutes. So what was you doing? And he kind of has to go.
Yeah, a shower is what, 10, maybe
He ain't
20
gonna tell that
minutes?
part. He ain't gonna tell that part.
What had happened
Story
was
gonna be more like, I put it in the microwave, went upstairs to take a shower, and I forgot. And then next thing I knew, I came
40
downstairs. And
minutes? They going to be
I
like,
ain't gonna tell. I'm not gonna tell you
how
about the
long was
40
you in the
minutes.
shower? 40 minutes. Why was you in the shower 40 minutes? Because I was doing you know what.
I wouldn't even tell nobody 40 minutes. I would leave that to your imagination. As far as you know, it could have been 5. I I forgot the food was in the microwave, and for some reason it had a short. Can you believe it had a short? We ought to sue. And then it burned down the whole apartment. Yeah.
sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Cause see, now I'm on see all behind my roommate being a selfish asshole, done burnt down the apartment. I'm feeling sorry for my roommate. I'm like, oh man, I'm glad you okay. I'm glad you got out. How did this happen? Well, man, I was handling my business, and it was a good one. And then I found out house is on fire, and I'm like, hold up, man. You don't ever clean the bathroom. Well,
Hey, but here's the deal. Here's the deal. What kills me about what you're thinking.
That's when the fight happened, Your Honor.
You would literally think that he's the only one that has ever.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you're nasty if you do it.
Okay, that he could have, and they never did say how many people was living in the house.
3. He has 3 roommates.
So there's 4 DNAs
Potentially
in that shower.
Potentially, yes.
So,
and the first one I found out about, I put my hands on him. The second one I find out about, I put my hands on.
No, I will go. Too strange is the first one that you find out. How the hell did you find out?
If it comes up, my problem is now. See,
the shower though.
How do you know he didn't clean the shower?
You been in a teenager. Hey.
Why are we losing everybody?
Oh, I don't know, but I am willing to stake everything on he is not cleaning the shower liner and all the walls and the floor of the shower. I will guarantee he ain't doing it. Guarantee it.
But you
guarantee it. But you ladies don't know. Hold on, Marlon. What ladies don't know is the moment you finish, reality like crushes in on you. Like you are here, and then when you're finished, reality like boom, and then you just want to get rid of the evidence and move on with your life. So he is not cleaning up.
But the deal is okay. So here's my question.
Doing it.
Here's my question.
He gonna say what Marlon said. Well, it had water and soap.
Because here's my deal. You act like during. I'm trying to find a way of saying this.
Self-entertainment.
You think during the self-entertainment, he's spinning around in a freaking circle. Just
this fool said ham-fisted, earth-shaking.
I understand that.
And his stuff got to go somewhere.
Down the drain.
It doesn't work that way. That's not how gravity and a sticky substance works. Exactly. So he is still gonna have some residue. That's like when they go and they track somebody and they done had a intercourse or something like that. The residue is there even after they took a shower. So, no, sir. That's not how science works.
Imagine if you was one of the firemen who had to show up at the apartment. Imagine if they found out reasons why it started. LOL, that would be so.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That part of the story will never get out.
I have to agree with you on that one, Park. I gotta have to go.
See, now me and the fireman whooping on my roommate.
Yeah. All right. Last video of the night, so there's no Foxy videos of the night because I just really don't have enough, and they're more political than anything else. So I didn't want to get into it.
Man, that's awesome. That's perfect.
Tomorrow, this is your night. Trust me, we have plenty to talk about tomorrow.
Tracy, did you switch over to your phone?
Yes, my computer has decided to shut down, and I'm trying to restart it, so I had to switch to my phone.
Okay. We're going to get off on it.
Interesting choice of words there, Mr. Marlon.
I know it. As soon as it came out of my damn mouth.
So much for that no cussing pledge.
Next year, I got 27 more days. Wait a minute, 31 days in December? I got days.
I got time. I got
plenty of time. So yeah, the hell.
He needs a girlfriend. That was me.
You guys need to know I have.
Would a girlfriend really solve his problem? Or is it a problem?
Okay, Vicky. Okay. We're gonna move on to the last video of the night, which is
Look at you being fancy.
Boy, wait till next season. Whew. So this video is actually from our own Anna Hart. So if you don't like it, you know who to blame. Not me. It's her. I treat it just like a Tracy video.
Always blame the DJ.
Don't blame the DJ. 12 Days of Christmas.
On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a partridge in a pear tree. Day of Christmas, my true love gave to me two turtle doves. Pear tree. Christmas, my true love gave to me three French hens.
Parlez-vous français?
Partridge in a pear tree. Day of Christmas, my true love gave to me four rolling birds,
Can you hear me now?
three French hens,
Parlez-vous?
two turtle doves. Partridge in a pear tree. Day of Christmas, my true love gave to me five golden rings.
Bling, bling.
Rolling birds,
Can you hear me now?
three French hens,
Parlez-vous?
two turtle doves. Partridge in a pear tree. Day of Christmas, my true love gave to me six geese on lake.
Bling, bling.
Four rolling birds,
Can you hear me now? No one can.
three French hens,
Back at Jimmo.
two turtle doves.
Cha-chi-cha.
Partridge in a pear tree.
Don't you ever send me to that church.
I said,
That's not a church.
No, that's a
Yeah.
church. That was a church production. Or
How
a
did
school.
you tell?
Might be a school. But I think it's church. That was church.
I think it was just a stage.
It had all the feelings. All the feelings. Church production. And they lost me at the Turtle Doves. What was it?
There's a lot of them I didn't get. I didn't even
No, I got all the rest of them. But the turtle turtle doves are goofy or something. I don't know what a turtle dove is. Because like that was the one he did tchotchke. I'm like, I don't know what that is.
Again,
Tracy, what's a turtle dove?
A turtle dove?
But the
Way to go, Tracy.
Trace, come on now. You're supposed to be my interpreter. What's going on now?
I know it's a dove. I know it's a bird, I think. But I don't got Google because my computer's on 1% power and I'm using my phone. So I can't leave this page. But it sounds like a bird.
All right. 2 turtle doves were the Old and New Testaments.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They sacrificed them.
3
Ah!
French hens stood for faith, hope, and love. And the 4 calling birds were the 4 gospels of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Boom. This was a church production.
Okay.
Boom. I didn't know all that meaning was behind it. I thought it was this old stupid lame song, but I thought it was like a counting song, you know, like this old man, he played one, you know, I know it's like that kind of song to me. Okay.
I want to know why my lighting is better with my phone than my computer.
Yeah, my phone does better than my computer does as well.
I'm happy with my stuff.
That's because you got millions of dollars to buy stuff.
Millions of dollars?
You got a whole studio, a production staff. You outsource your editing.
What?
Your manager is right there off stage making sure you don't say nothing crazy.
Yep,
you got the whole thing, man.
We out here struggling.
We out here on a shoestring budget and a prayer. But it's okay. We look up to you because one day we can grow and be successful like you, my brother.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if you think this is bad, wait till the 3rd season. I can't wait to hear the word because I already got in production what's coming up next.
See? This when he tell us about his sponsors and all this other stuff, you know.
So are you gonna play the singing happy birthday tomorrow or next week?
Send me the video again.
Again?
Yeah, because I can't find it.
I've sent this to you 15 times.
Send it once. What are you talking about? You sent it once.
That many times.
That's still not 15 million.
Hyperbole.
Okay, send it again and I'll play it tomorrow. And
well, that means I gotta do it right after the show. Okay.
Theo, what are you looking around for? You ain't sent me Jack's squat.
I wasn't making no judgments or saying nothing. I was just watching.
You have the opportunity to send me the most radical video you could think
I don't watch videos. And I did send, I sent you one today, the boxer.
The who?
The Herschel Walker, Harlem.
You did that in Messenger, but not for Radical Truth to Power. He's talking about email.
Yeah, but see, I don't know how to do that. So I would have to like find a YouTube video and send it to him that way. And you know, I don't be knowing, man. Hey, here's one. Just pull up YouTube Nas My Country, and then we just play that for 5 minutes.
First of all, I definitely am not playing any video for 5 minutes. But
my country shitted on me. She wants to get rid of me because of things I seen.
Yep, and there we go. We're not gonna play that video. All right.
That was less than 30 seconds, so I'm not in trouble.
I don't think that's how that works, but okay. So Tracy, you send me the video
again.
So I play it. I don't know where that video is. I gotta find. Send me the video again. I'll play it tomorrow.
Yes.
We are a small production that we're trying to get better. So tomorrow's will be from Tracy.
Okay, well, I mean, you wouldn't be having these problems if you didn't fire Javier. Javier was doing his best, but you just had to go and break them, man. You fired Javier right before Christmas, folks. Yo, Javier, we still love you, buddy.
What the hell is Javier?
Oh, you already forgot about him. See, Javier did the editing and the production. Man, yo, Javier, man, I hope you land on your feet, dog. You know, this is what it is, man. Ownership ain't never right. Ownership don't ever take care of his people like that. He may take care of us because, you know, we part of his crew. but you know what I'm saying, you were a newer hire, and he, you know, I tried to go to bat for you, Javi. I tried, man.
I have no idea who he's talking about. Everything that is done on this show is done by me and me only.
And your production staff.
I do not have a production staff.
Because he fired Javier.
I'm a proud black man.
He ain't gonna bring race into it.
I mean, I'm just saying. Yeah, Javier ain't from, you know, you know, his people come from somewhere else, but Javier from right here.
Parker, don't influence, don't help these people out.
Right before Christmas, Parker. Right before Christmas.
Make up a complete older human being. Tracy, tell everybody where they can find you.
TracyMediaLLC.com.
Yes.
Man, you can find me at ComplexSimpleMan.com. Keep your eye out. I'm gonna start dropping some new content here. But man, yo, Javier, man, yo, just stay strong, brother. You know what I'm saying? You'll land on your feet, man. It'll get better from here.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, non-conforming individuals, that is our show for tonight. I appreciate Tia's Robinson, Tracy Carson, and Anna Hart coming on the show. And until next time, we will see you when we see you.
Javier, man. We with you, man. Bye-bye, Javier.
Peace.
And Merry Christmas, Foxy. Yo, Javier, man. Stay strong, my brother. Stay strong.
Crew socks!